some time. The top two in the Italian First Division, head-to-head. For Inter, it has to be a victory if they're going to retain their hopes of coming out on top. Sampdoria, strong and settled, but they haven't won here since September 1983, when the 2 goals in a 2-1 win were scored by the man sitting alongside me today, Trevor Francis. We'll hear from Trevor after the free kick taken by Matthäus. And Vialli steers it back. Trevor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Martin. It's certainly a big day, and I think that we're going to see Inter pressing from the start. It's a game that they have to win, whereas Sampdoria, I'm sure, will be coming here looking for the point, looking to the speed of Lombardo, Mancini and Vialli, and trying to play on the break, with Inter pushing forward at every opportunity.
Well, we know Sampdoria have the skill, they have the talent, the technique, but do they have the nerve? Although they've been successful in cup competitions through the 80s, they've just failed in the finishing straight in the championship races, but they're in pole position at the moment, and few would dispute their right to win the title if it pans out that way. Each side has 3 games left after today, but the mathematics are quite simple. If Sampdoria wins here, they're 5 points clear with 3 games to go. It's almost in the bag. But Inter, who are strong, they like to get their crosses in. They may be physically just the more powerful of the two. And certainly the Sampdoria coach, that cosmopolitan character, Vujadin Boskov, who hails originally from Yugoslavia, he's worried about the balls played across the face of the goal in the air towards Serena, and of course he's worried about the long-range shooting of Lothar Matthäus. Sampdoria, for the moment, are stuck in their own half. Out by Dossena. It's the perfect setting for a match of this magnitude. Vierkovod can't clear it very far. Here's Stringara. And it's all Inter, with 3 minutes gone. Ferri. Lombardo has a look up to try and find a way forward, and Fausto Pari, who played 1 game for Inter way back in 1981 before making his name elsewhere. The flag is up.
You mentioned the fact that Inter play many high balls into the box, and I think this is one of the reasons why Boskov has decided to bring back the likes of Cerezo and Pellegrini. Pellegrini's been out for most of the season, but his experience will certainly be needed today. And Cerezo, at the age of 36, another influential figure back in the midfield for Sampdoria.
Inter are very hard to break down on this ground. They've only lost 1 game in the league here this season. That was really one that's an even game against the club that they share the stadium with, Milan. Last season, Milan were the only team to beat them here. Matthäus lines up the shot, and Vierkovod took the pace out of it. Just to complete that story, the season before that, Inter were champions. They were unbeaten here, so you have to go back to February '88 to find a visiting team from another city to get 2 points at Inter's expense at San Siro. That was Torino.
It was interesting to see Matthäus there trying a shot from, what, fully 35 yards, But as I say, with the pitch being so slippery, it does present a problem to the goalkeeper. It's very, very difficult to take the ball cleanly when it's slippery. I think that's the reason why Mateus is looking to shoot from that sort of distance.
We've had the opening quarter of an hour of this mega match in the Italian First Division. And Mateus tries again, and Pagliuca was very confident that he got his bearings sorted out and that would fly on wide.
Well, as we've seen so many times on this programme, that from that sort of distance, Mateus is deadly. He's hit that with great power, but unfortunately just wasn't on target. But I think fair to say that Pagliuca had it well covered.
Well, he certainly believed he had it well covered. Klinsmann. Another long ball from Ferri, and Sampdoria thought it was going to run out behind. Stringara wasn't of that mind. He did well to reach it. Cerezo. Now Vierkevod, who does have a championship winners medal with Roma in '83. Straight after that season he joined Sampdoria. Problem here for Invernizzi. Mancini takes the free kick, and certainly Sampdoria not filling the inter-penalty area. The whistle went as the ball arrived.
A slight surprise for Sampdoria supporters to see Invernizzi in the team, because they're hoping that Katanic would recover from injury and he would have taken his place in the midfield, but without him, and of course without Michalichenko, who's on the bench, just leave it there.
Oh, and look at the nerve showing even from such a hardy character as Vierkevod. Not quite on the same wavelength as the much younger goalkeeper Pagliuca. A lot of head shaking at the end of that, but no soul searching, because it didn't cost them a goal.
No, I was saying without Katanic and without Michalichenko, who's still unable to get a place in this team, Cerezo was the only foreigner actually playing on the field today for Sampdoria.
Here's Paganin. Again, Serena got there, and the second time, it's a great header, Klinsmann! Well, as Jurgen Klinsmann launched himself then, it did look as though Inter were going to grab the first goal. It was an attack in which Aldo Serena twice played a part. This was the second header. And how close did Klinsmann come? Very, very close indeed. Mancini turning away from Stringara, trying to open up a defence which has just leaked a little more than Sampdoria's this season, but their record's quite similar. Inter 52 goals scored, 26 against. Sampdoria 48 scored, 20 against. Berti, one of the best at arriving late on the scene from midfield in the Italian game. He's well forward at the moment, and He's brought down by a protesting Cerezo, who gets the yellow card. Oh, Vialli having his say. Trevor smiling wryly about Bertie's capacity to fall, perhaps.
Well, no wonder Cerezo's annoyed, because quite clearly there Bertie has taken a dive, and poor Cerezo's gone into the referee's book, receiving a yellow card. Very unfortunate for him.
Stringara has his back to the goal. Oh, brilliantly saved by Pagliuca. Bremer was the decoy, Mateus was the man. It's a corner. Paganin doesn't make the most of that. Cerezo, who in the end was happy that his goalkeeper saw it coming and was able to shovel it aside for the corner. But Inter press on again, and the header in from Serena is just too far ahead of Bertie once more.
Well, Bertie made a good run there through the centre, and showed his disappointment because the header from Serena didn't reach him. But it had to have been one hell of a header to have reached him, because he was certainly asking for a lot for Serena to hit the ball 30 yards.
This was the free kick, hit with all the might of the right foot of Lothar Matthäus, and Pagliuca flung himself across. And we've seen goalkeepers outpowered so often by Matthäus. That has to go down as a very important save. At the moment, it's Bremer taking the throw. Bianchi is the number 7 closest to him for Inter, but beyond him, well, Serena's not going to be reached by that, but maybe by the cross, which dropped beyond Klinsmann as well. Vierkevoort gets his free kick. He really is an iron man. It's unusual to see him with that grimace of pain. He's normally inflicting pain on others. And he's still an Italian international. He came on as a sub against Hungary last Wednesday, 32 years old now. A great credit to the Italian game, and indeed to his own style of play. Several times in his international career, he looked as though he would be left out of the scene, but he's always come back. Matthäus. Foul by Cerezo, who has had the yellow card, remember. And understandably, he is apologising to the referee. Now, will they look for Aldo Serena again towards the far side of the penalty area? Well, it was Bertie who got to it. That may be because it wasn't quite hit true by Matthäus. Serena had come more central. Bertie was behind him. Well, it's quite clear the way Inter are trying to win this match. Sampdoria, for the most part, forced to defend, but doing that tidily enough, but not at the moment, because they've given a lot of room to Paolo Stringara. Bertie. And once more, Nicola Bertie's thespian tendencies go against Inter. And he's almost in tears in his complaints to the referee that he was the injured party here. But the referee has seen all this before, and he's not going to give Bertie anything.
Well, I feel Bertie possibly had a case there, because as the ball was played through from Stringara, Bertie turned Invernizzi without any problem, and Invernizzi seemed to have an outstretched leg, and over went Bertie. He didn't miss the opportunity of going over, but it certainly could have been a penalty.
Maybe a case of having cried wolf too often in the past. But Sampdoria, I must say, didn't seem unduly alarmed, and the referee didn't fail them. Cerezo. Mancini. Here's Vierkovod, who enjoys coming forward. It almost came his way again after Mancini's pass. Aim for Vialli. It bounced out of the defensive header. Pellegrini provides the cover at the back. And Vierkovod, in sliding the ball back then, in a position where he was facing his own goal, having had that excursion upfield, he's damaged himself. 32 years old, as I said earlier, 36 appearances for Italy. He got to the ball and then made contact with the sole of Klinsmann's foot. Inter, of course, have other fish to fry in this season, as well as the league title, which obviously is their main ambition. They're into the final of the UEFA Cup. They play Roma in the first leg on Wednesday. Ten minutes to go to half-time. And Sampdoria are coping in the San Siro stadium. But here's Bremer. Oh, it's got to Bertie! And again Pagliuca going to the left as he had to from the Mateus free kick. Kept it out. But Sampdoria were vulnerable then. Really, it was a mishit cross from Bremer in the first place.
Well, it certainly wasn't a very good cross from Bremer, but it was a mistake, I believe, by Invernizzi that gave Bertie the chance. And once again, Pagliuca was alive to the situation with a good save.
Inter have had the greater share of possession without having long periods of control. Mateus. Bianchi. Sampdoria drawing all their teamwork and their shape of play that's been so well defined, but it isn't defined now because Klinsmann has broken clear. And there's bedlam here because the linesman had his flag up. The spectators, and I must say the commentator, had eyes for Jurgen Klinsmann and what he was going to do with the chance. He did well enough with it, but it was all irrelevant. And look at this. That's why we were watching Klinsmann. Trevor.
Well, you can see quite clearly that was a terrible decision by the linesman. I would think the most relieved man on the field at this moment would be Vialli, because he lost possession, but quite clearly Pellegrini was playing Klinsmann onside. Clearly 2 yards he was onside. A bad decision by the linesman.
Inter entitled to be aggrieved, particularly their coach. As the ball came through, you really didn't think about offside. Bergami, not much angle on it. Forward by Pari for Sampdoria. And that was high by Bergami, who's going to get booked. Happily for Sampdoria, Vialli's on his feet. That's no thanks to Bergami. A booking for him. Gianluca Vialli back for Italy last Wednesday for the first time since the World Cup. He scored in the 3-1 win. He also missed a penalty. And he nearly was missing a knee after the height of Bergami's challenge. And here comes Berti. Serena's inside him. And Serena looks in frustration. And Berti says he was trying to do it, but he couldn't release it.
When he makes some great surging runs from midfield, Inter look a different team. He is so important to Inter if they're going to win this game.
2 minutes to go to half-time. Inter pressing again. Up goes Serena. Well, that's what he's very good at. What I wouldn't praise him for was his reaction to discredit a teammate a moment or two earlier, just because the pass didn't come. Inter trying to sustain the momentum here and get a goal before half-time. Bianchi breaks for Cerezo, who was in a position there where Inter had got in behind him. Berti's won it back quite fairly. Or has it? The whistle has gone. It's almost impossible here to hear the blasts on the referee's whistle. It was a stoppage in Inter's favour in any case. Klinsmann kept on going, got a battering against the advertising boards for his honesty in chasing that.
He'll be okay. He knows the cameramen are close by. They've got their photograph, he'll be up.
And Inter have got their corner. Sampdoria not yet to the sanctuary of the dressing room at half-time with their goal intact. There's still time for Inter to get in front. Cerezo's header comes to Paganin. Bremer has a look, decides against shooting. It's a question now of stoppage time. And Mancini can't reach it. There haven't been too many hardships for Zenga. Mateus. Brought out by Dossena this time. Inter have to be careful. Sampdoria haven't been over bashful in the number of players that they've got forward when they have counter-attacked, but those moments have been pretty rare. But Lombardo has played superbly on the far side, and now it's anger because Inter feel that Mancini was trying to win a penalty there by diving. Hot-blooded, hot-tempered. Hard to handle for a referee. And Pietro Delia, has he seen something serious here? It's a red card. for Bergami and for Mancini. It was too hot for the referee. It's 10 aside. Well, we wondered whether Mancini would start the game. We now know that he's not going to finish it. And Inter lose their captain in stoppage time at the end of the first half. And they go off side by side. Trevor Francis, it's an unbelievable scenario here, because there was anger as Mancini went down. Paganini was the defender who made the merest of contact with Mancini, who fell flat on his face, knowing that the cross wasn't going to reach him. Bergami still hasn't reached the dressing rooms. Bedlam.
If the referee's got any sense, he'll blow for half-time, because he's completely lost. Well, he's been hit by an object there, obviously. That's why he's gone down.
And the referee has done just what you suggested. It is half-time. A match that perhaps took an expected course, with Inter driving forward, trying to win it by their own direct means. But it's been a most distasteful ending to the half. First of all, with the sendings off which had happened before this slow motion that you're looking at here, of Bergami being hit in his own stadium, remember. Perhaps they were aiming for Mancini. But it's 0-0 on the scoreline. It's 1-1 in terms of players being sent off. And there's a cooling off period going on now at half-time. Inter 0, Sampdoria 0. Inter start the second half. Obviously, the main topic under discussion here at half-time was the sending off. I must say, although Bergami and Mancini rather squared up to each other and eyeballed each other, we didn't immediately sense that a red card would be produced. A 10-a-side game then, over the second half. And here's Klinsmann. Mateus, half thought about shooting. Well, it's even more of a hardship up front for Vialli now. But he won't mind too much as long as the defenders do their jobs for Sampdoria. The feeling here at half-time, the other talking point, of course, the disallowed goal for Klinsmann, where the linesman flagged, and Klinsmann clearly was onside, but it's possible that Klinsmann might have been penalised for pushing as he set off on that run. Certainly two major talking points through a very tense first half. And Inter have a free kick. And Pagliuca, we shouldn't forget the two saves that he made in the first 45 minutes either, and he was right behind it there from Andy Bremer. Who's back now, clearing from Lombardo. Trevor Francis, do you think the two sendings off? Well, first of all, your opinion on the referee's decision.
Well, I think that Signor Dilly had a very poor first 45 minutes, and it culminated with the double sending off of Bergami and Mancini, which I don't think warranted a sending off at all. In fact, Bergami, he'd already been booked for a disgraceful tackle on Vialli, so he won't be particularly missed in this game.
Bremer. Klinsmann keeps on chasing and gets the ball, courtesy of Paganini's tackle. Bianchi, that came off in Venezia. Lombardo's header out. Cerezo, I'm sure Sampdoria will expect to Inter, if they can, to redouble their efforts in the opening phase of the second half. It's always a vulnerable time for away teams. Bremer, Berti, Bianchi. Oh, it was Serena's shot that was blocked. Then his header, Klinsmann trying to get the ball down, and he made it back. But Bianchi got free. And should this... Well, we're not going to see it again.
No, it was an excellent move by Inter. Good ball from Berti into the space there for Bianchi, who pulled the ball back for Serena. But although it was blocked by Viercourt, I feel that Serena's shot was flying over the top of the crossbar.
One well by Berti. Can he go on here? Manini made sure that he couldn't. And there's no doubt that Berti was fouled that time, and there was no attempt to cheat the referee. It's a booking for Manini. Look at that.
Yes, quite clearly a foul there on Berti. Encouraging for Inter to see Berti making these surging runs from midfield. And they've certainly taken up from where they left off in the first half. Inter undoubtedly the best team in the first half. In the opening few minutes in the second half, there's certainly a determined mood to score a goal.
And Sampdoria's policy of containment surely even more likely to continue with the departure of Mancini. Bremer to Mateus, and the goalkeeper was lucky. It came straight out to Viercourt. The danger not over yet.
Offside.
Again, even though you know what's coming, dealing with it is altogether a different matter. And it thudded back into play off Paliuca. It could have gone to a Serena or a Klinsmann, and Inter would have been in front. Instead, it flew fiercely at Viercourt. Lombardo. Well, can Sampdoria stand the strain as Inter pile forward again? Paganini. Mateus. Held up by Cerezo. Here's Ferri, who's taken over the captain's armband from Bergame. The dummy to let Klinsmann turn. It was Berti's dummy, and it very nearly was the key to this strong Sampdoria door. Which stays shut, but you wonder for how long. All the work that Inter have put into their season will account for little if they can't come up with 2 points here. It's not the same as we've been stressing for Sampdoria. They'll stay top if they lose, with a 1-point advantage. 3 games to go. Berti. This is Stringara. Down he goes, and Stringara is appalled by the referee's failure to give a penalty. It was clearly inside the area. The referee was very close to it, and my first impression was that he should have pointed to the spot. His foot that was caught was inside the area. Maybe the ball wasn't, but Stringara and that side of him was. Stringara again. Bertie gets it back. This time, Bianchi. Oh, the goal was there for the taking. The goal that Inter at this stage richly deserve. It was beautifully set up between Serena and Bertie. Out came Pagliuca and did well. You couldn't say the same about Bianchi, although he had to take it very quickly.
Well, that was good then as a double miss for Inter there. First Bertie and then Bianchi. But give credit to Pellegrini, because when Serena played the 1-2 with Bertie, it was a tremendous tackle by Pellegrini to thwart Bertie.
Nowhere in the world will you see club football played at this intensity. Bertie. A crowd of 80,000 plus, most of them desperate for Inter to get a goal here. And Boskov, who will be 60 years old next Thursday. How has he stood the strain all these years in so many high-profile jobs? Mateus. Bremer just a little slow for once to anticipate his friend and fellow countryman.
Well, I'm sure that Boskov there is thinking about doing something to try and ease the pressure. He was talking there to young Benetti, a left-sided player.
They're defending so deep, Sampdoria, that players like Stringara, who's wrong-footed here, they have been having the run of midfield, but Vialli, with Cerezo making a good run, and Dossena is there as well! Would you believe it? 15 minutes into the second half. The first shot in anger. Beppe Dossena, his first goal in the league this season, and what a time to get it. What a way to get it. Sampdoria can see the championship here. They've been pinned in their own penalty area, and then within seconds they're a goal in front, and what a goal. Vialli made all the running, and Beppe Dossena did all the scoring. Mateus. Here's Stringara. Bianchi was a turn that for an instant looked as though it might work for Inter. It's produced the corner. Cerezo got his head to it. Stringara beaten to it by Vialli. Everyone prepared to defend for Sampdoria when needs be. Bertie. They're winning a lot of headers, Inter, but they're losing the match. And if they do that, in everything but the mathematical sense, they will lose the championship. Vialli has got it through to this pacey player, Lombardo. It is no exaggeration to say that he had the title there. Surely Inter wouldn't have come back to win the match from being 2 goals adrift. And once Lombardo had got free of Bremer's attentions, he looked up, looked to where he wanted to plant the ball, but he couldn't do it. Great play from Vialli to get him away in the first place. He set up the goal, and he set up the second chance as well. Pellegrini boots it away. 25 minutes left. Klinsmann. You wonder at times how Sampdoria are surviving defensively. They'll be quite happy to see Ferry shoot from there. Well, there is space, of course, with both sides, may I remind you. A player light, a red card apiece to two famous names in the Italian game, Giuseppe Bergami and Roberto Mancini. But Dossena has tilted everything the way of Sampdoria. Klinsmann. Oh, and Sampdoria got too many players in there. Berti. Delia, what's he going to make of this? Berti believes he's got a penalty. And I think he has. Sampdoria before that had so many opportunities really to clear their lines, and they got in each other's way. And then Berti picked it up just inside the penalty area. Cerezo stepped across him. Lothar Matthäus has planted the ball on the spot. Drama upon drama. Here comes Matthäus. Oh, and he saved it! And Matthäus, as the ball rolled fractionally free, got to it, but could only get it wide. Well, surely you won't bet against Sampdoria now. The man who didn't take a penalty in the World Cup final stepped up with Inter's season on the line here and drilled it straight at the most capable goalkeeper. The European Footballer of the Year, the captain of the World Cup winners, has shown a human frailty in a high-pressure situation. And on we go with Vialli, but not for long. Ferrari saw to that. The notebook is out, the card's out. Fasto Parry in the bottom of your picture there, really scarcely able to believe what's happening. It's a feeling shared by Trevor Francis and myself.
Well, Parry was looking for the referee to send him off with a professional foul, as he was the last man. But I think that would have been a bit harsh, as I felt the penalty was. There were one or two penalties prior to that, but I think Berti was certainly looking for that penalty, and Cerezo was very unfortunate to be given a penalty against him.
So here comes Pizzi in place of Stringara. We're in the 24th minute of the second half. A second half in which Sampdoria have taken the lead and Inter have wasted several opportunities to score before that, then a golden opportunity to equalise when Matthäus failed from the penalty spot. No one is being shortchanged by this match. Klinsmann. Pizzi, who's naturally left-footed. He really is an attacking midfield player. Bremer takes the free kick. Oh, and Matthäus is the loser again. As Bremer whipped it in. And here's Vialli. Cerezo with that long stride getting into the middle. Klinsmann. Oh, and Parry with a lunge then. They could have got him into serious problems, but Klinsmann got the ball away and got his body free as well. And on goes Mateus, who's doing his best, I must say, to put the record straight.
Well, he's virtually playing Sampdoria by himself at the moment. That's his third attempt in the last 5 minutes. The easiest, of course, was the penalty. But he's certainly gone close on 2 other occasions. But Paluca, his positional play is excellent.
Bremer's cross didn't get too far. But it was controlled when it dropped off Lombardo by Mateus. Bianchi. That was a very calm header down by Parry, but it bounced up awkwardly for Pellegrini. And I must say it was more the crowd than the players who were appealing for a penalty. And given the nature of the appealing in this game, you can be sure that it wasn't handball. Paganini. Oh, and Klinsmann was still competing for that. Manini knew that it was going to stay in play. While Pagliuca, I think, felt that it could have gone out. There's Bonetti still waiting for the call, and you can't take a corner from there. But Bremer's being allowed to do that. Oh, and it would have dropped in, I think. And Pagliuca again. It's almost a coaching class of goalkeeping skills. Had to move his feet quickly to backpedal. And that was a difficult bounce up on the chin, says the referee. Vialli's chin. Referee absolutely perfectly placed. Bianchi. Bertie's in there. And Sampdoria, we've seen them strike with venom on the break in other matches away from Genoa than this one, and they needed to play it right then. And now men like Parry and Invernizzi are out of position and need to be covered. And Manini was there. Here's Dossena. Lombardo is round the goalkeeper, it's hit the post! Vialli still waiting in the middle. Here he is, and it's off the line! In years to come, people will be saying, I was here, I was at that game. So much that will live long in the memory. And this will haunt Lombardo and Vialli if Sampdoria don't win the championship. 15 minutes to go. It stays at 1-0. How? Well, the incident there really needs no additional comment from me. Grown men, hardened football watchers, are scarcely able to turn their eyes to this, and surely it's 2 this time. It is! The somersault of celebration from Gianluca Vialli. Zenga says it must have been offside. The linesman says no. And running off the Sampdoria bench. How did he stay calm enough in this cacophony here in the stadium? But Vialli did. His 18th goal of the season. Well, not even a full season for him. Poor Inter, you have to say. They've done enough. As Trapattoni will, I'm sure, tell you, they've done enough to win this game 2 or 3 times over. And they're 2 goals behind. Trevor, do you want to say anything? Can you say anything?
Well, just to repeat what you were saying, that goal by Vialli has certainly secured the championship with Sampdoria. I'm delighted for Vialli because playing alone up front all afternoon is not the easiest task, but he's done it admirably. And throughout the second half, despite Inter attacking for most of the second half, he's always been a threat.
Well, if Vialli has won it for them, Pagliuca certainly has been the saviour. The shots have been peppering in at him, and he's barely batted an eyelid. And the Italian way, the counter-attacking way, has served Sampdoria superbly. Vialli down. It's hard to believe that he was such a forlorn figure in the World Cup. It shows how things can change in football. He was going to be the hero for Italy in the tournament, and that went to Schillaci in the end.
Well, that's disgraceful there. Riccardo Ferri stamping all over Vialli's head, and he's had trouble all second half trying to hold him. Vialli has dominated him.
Berti. That's Paganini. Klinsmann has put those away before, but you feel whatever they try today, it's not going to work for Inter. But just to go back to Vialli, he was at an all-time low, really, during the World Cup. And here he is, well, undoubtedly Italy's footballer of the season. 10 minutes to go. Inter 0, Sampdoria 2. Mateus. Put behind by Vierkebod. And Berti angry, and now there's a reaction in the crowd that doesn't look too healthy. On the pitch, Bianchi crosses, Klinsmann! Well, when this is all over, it will be time to tally up the saves for Pagliuca. Well, there you are. According to the Italian computer, it's 11. I was about to say it must be in double figures. It hasn't, in truth, been a case of controlled defending by Sampdoria. They've left too much to their goalkeeper for their own peace of mind. And that's perhaps the easiest of the lot. But it probably counts as a save in the statistics. Serena's header.
But if you look back to this season, Martin, throughout the season, Sampdoria away from home, they've been so consistent. Very rarely do they give goals away, and their goals against record is quite remarkable. And once again today, against all odds, it could be another clean sheet.
Could be. And now, well, the firecrackers are coming on, and Klinsmann looking up there and wondering what sort of mentality of people who would throw that at players. It's a free kick against Klinsmann. It's been a magnificent match, but it is not quite going to be reported that way on the terraces, where the pain of defeat has become too much for some Inter supporters to bear. Let's concentrate on the football for the time being. And the security forces here have a major problem in this section of the ground. There are 7 minutes to go. And of course, there have been occasions where crowd behaviour has influenced the verdict on fixtures, and they will say the Milan section of support in the city, the AC Milan section, that Napoli got an unfair advantage in that respect last season, and Pagliuca, who's had shots raining in from on the pitch, is now getting pelted from behind the goal, and Matthäus trying to bring some sanity to this, and Zenga as well. And just look at the debris on the playing surface. The players have got to get as far away from that, and Zenga showing a genuine concern for his opposite number. You have to say, where are the authorities?
Just thinking, Martin, that normally a game of this importance, it normally turned out to be an anticlimax, but on this occasion it's been an absolute classic. We've seen some great football, plenty of controversy, missed penalty, couple of goals, and it's sad that supporters have got to spoil it by these disgraceful antics.
Pizzi, the game goes on. Ferry. One eye on the football, one eye on the fans, if we can call them that. They don't deserve to be called that at the moment. They're besmirching the name of football supporters. Pizzi. Matthäus. Oh! It's still in play. Paganin, goalkeeper, left it to Pellegrini. In comes Matthäus again, wins it over Parry. Berti has the shot. It just won't run for Inter. Understandable frustration on the pitch. Unforgivable behaviour off it.
Well, once again, it was Matthäus, a fantastic shot. On this occasion, I do believe that Pagliuca, even he couldn't save it. I think it hit the upright and came back out again. But a tremendous effort from him.
Paganin. Pizzi on his stronger side. Pagliuca may well not have been able to see that if it got through the forest of legs in front of him. Sampdoria about to make a change. And they're going to bring on Bonetti and take off the player who turned the game their way, Dossena. And no wonder he goes to that sort of pat of thanks from Lombardo and the embrace from Bonetti. Dossena's had a long career, but he's had surely not a greater moment than the critical first goal here. Ferry. Paganin, Klinsmann. Over Serena, who moved a little wearily towards that. There's nothing weary about Matthäus, who I must say has got his mind back on the job very quickly, having had to try and appease the supporters behind the goal. Lombardo get it away from Pagliuca's goal. The intention there. Bremer hoists it back. Oh, Pagliuca's come a long way. Handball outside of the area, surely. No doubt about that. Now we're coming towards the last minute of regulation time, but of course we've got the extra period that the referee will add on for the crowd trouble.
Well, if one player deserves a goal this afternoon, it's the man who's going to strike this ball, and that's Lothar Matthäus. He's been absolutely brilliant in midfield for Inter. The only blemish on a great performance was the penalty miss.
Here he goes. Oh, from Serena. A goal seemed a certainty then. It's as if there's been a spell cast against Inter for Sampdoria. I can't recall a match of such significance where there have been so many major incidents. Perhaps a game that was slow to get into its stride. But Pagliuca was already showing his paces in the first half. Then on half-time came the double sending off of Bergami and Mancini. So a player from each side given a red card. And then an amazing second half. Klinsmann. We're into the time that referee Delia wants to add on. Mateus takes it away from Bianchi. And the net ripples, but from the outside. Well, Trapattoni can't fault his players for what they put into the game. He will certainly fault his spectators, a section of them. But Sampdoria are close to the greatest victory in the history of the club. Serena, Pizzi, deflected, and again Pagliuca repositioned. For a club that's never won the championship, that is the greatest prize. They've had success in cup competitions, of course, in Italy here and in the European Cup Winners' Cup. But the title is going to be theirs. And although they can't claim it after this game, this is the day when the significant work has been done. They have done it the hard way. They've done it the dramatic way. And as I said earlier, they've done it the Italian way on the counter-attack. And the former Sampdoria star sitting alongside me can scarcely contain his delight. Bremer's throw. Cerezo with the header. Inter starting to come second now at crucial stages, and Lombardo is away and running again. Two and a half minutes added on. Trevor, sum it up for us if you can.
Well, what can one say after a performance like this? Inter have played absolutely fantastic. Yet here they are, find themselves on the end of a 2-0 defeat. Full credit to Sampdoria. It suited them really to play on the counter-attack. They've come here for a point, and they've come away with two. And here's the man who's coming off now, Vialli, who's done so much in earning them this victory today.
Marco Lana is on the pitch, but can surely only play a part for a few seconds. The referee Delia, who sent off Bergami and Mancini, who gave Inter a penalty when they were 1-0 down, which Mateus, of all people, missed it. Well, it was saved by Pagliuca, who had a fantastic game. Vialli, the scorer of the second goal, the creator of the first for Dossena. We'll have to wait a week or so for it to be confirmed mathematically, but take it from me, Sampdoria are the champions of Italy for the first time, and they've sealed a success in the most difficult of circumstances. Boskov adds another trophy to his catalogue of successes. Zenga this time is a loser, and Inter, although the players did them proud, have been let down by their supporters. A day that certainly lived up to all the pre-publicity, and it's finished Inter 0, Sampdoria 2.